Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils and welcome to another episode of Terrace Talk. Today I am pleased to be joined by Barney. Red News, as you can see, are celebrating 30 years since the start of their fanzine. Firstly, happy birthday and congratulations, Barney. Red News is something that I've read for a long time myself, and I just want to speak to you about it all because fanzine is the proper start of fans getting that voice. But talk to me about how it all started and this spot in particular.
This has always been HQ, so sort of where all the fanzine sellers met up, and but the actual starting point is just up the road there by the Chippies, and that was where a very, very naive 16-year-old me, none of us really had a clue. A few of us had just put something together. There were about, I think, 10 other fanzines across the country, and we said, well, United haven't got one, and it was a game that was called off at Aberdeen in the fog the winter before that sort of sowed the seeds. Well, United haven't got one. Biggest club in the world. Come on, we've all been going. We all know the people who've been going. Let's get something started. And who puts their hand up? Well, someone's got to do it, and everyone's a pisshead or they're doing whatever. I thought, okay. And so, as with these things, the plan is in October. You forget the first mag out in April. It's taken that long with a letter set where you're scrubbling the letters out for the thing. And Red News only came about because I thought, well, we've got Red, but fuck, what's the second name coming for? All right, we've got an N, right, let's go with that. So we 50, I think it was, this is where the memory starts going, 50 up there, 50p, could do 5, could do 10, could sell out. We sold out in
how many copies can you remember?
50 copies. And then I think we got one out before the end of the season, the start of the next season, and it was 200, and we sold a few in K, and obviously that gave the club the jitters because it was a bit critical of the football at the time. It'd come from, the descent of, we'd thrown away the league in the 85-86 season, and there was a lot of disenchantment about what's going on here, this club, this sleeping giant. We've still got the crowds of 40-odd thousand, but we should be doing better than we are. And then that was it, really. It just took off, and then the fanzine boom. Then before you knew it, where there are 10 or 11, there's 100, there's 200, there's 300. And then Red Issue came out of Red News. And we've just never looked back. Time just goes so quick that you think, blimey. And I was saying to your cameraman, Chris, like here, it's interesting. We all have different perspectives. Yeah. We all do United in different ways. I know you're down there. For me, I've always felt, whatever the madness in my own life or world, that here is home. I'm selling the mag. People walking past, it just feels odd to other people. But here I've always felt settled. And Sir Matt Busby once said, this is Warwick Road to me. To everyone else, it's Sir Matt Busby Way who's come when they changed it. But there's ghosts and hopes that cross this road. And I always think, without getting too shooty, that's it. Because what we see as the sellers is we're seeing people walk down this road. And a big game, you smell it in the air. There's a buzz around the
some of those European nights and even league games, whatever, at night, some of those fixtures.
Pre all this, I was thinking, there's so many memories in this road. 1993 when we won the league, you couldn't, by 1 in the afternoon for the night game, you couldn't even walk down here. There, it was chocker with people going.
I was about to say, because you started in 87, just coincided with Sir Alex Ferguson, and you've grown as United kind of became that massive dominance.
I'd retire first, if I'm not being honest. But and it was, because fanzines are born out of discontent, but then there's always something, you try not to. I do think we're in a bit of a negative culture these days where everything's moaned at, and I do think hopefully United fans a little bit, Twitter's no barometer for anything really, but we do seem to moan all the time, and you think coming here, whatever the shite we have to put up with, some of the things that aren't done well by the club, is still a great experience. And you think, there's all these people, they're going with hopes. That's what it's.
One thing that I took from the fanzines because when I started coming to games with my old man, I used to buy the programme. Yeah. And then I kind of thought it was the club, so it's the club's voice. Yeah. And I started buying Red News, Red Issue, and I always found that no matter what was going on at the time, obviously throughout my time, mainly it's been positive, but even during the negative times, the fanzines have always found humour. You try and find the humour, and also it shouldn't be, I've always said this isn't my view. I ran moan in the editorial or whatever for too long,
but it's other people, and you might not like. I might not like what some people are saying here, but you shouldn't be dismissive, and we've got the opportunity that the programme doesn't have to allow anyone a voice. And I always think it's very important that, you know, we in UWS are still left, that the club we are poking at the club, because not all what they do is correct. They may think they're doing all the right things. So you want to have a visible presence of people who I hope they realise we're not chancers. We've been here for year after year. We love United. We just see it in different ways sometimes. So there's a visible presence here of people going, we're still giving a voice. It's a different voice, because obviously there's all manner of ways that people can communicate there and then after a game. But I'd like to think, and we are still here, that there's a voice to just go take the piss a little bit, reflect a bit more, you know, a month later after a period.
With us, we do videos, and our videos can be reactive, and then in 2 days you might not watch that video again. This sells for a month, so you need to keep it relevant for a whole.
I sometimes think the one man who never beat us is Moyes. So you can be critical of Moyes, and that's not going to change over a month when he was managing. But obviously, there's sometimes we've taken the piss out of a player. He scores a hat-trick, and people are taking the piss as they walk past. Good. That's, you know, I think the Red Issue always had the curse of Red Issue. Prove us wrong, you know, prove them wrong. You're going to say things but it doesn't matter. They're just, you know, I always say, I think I said to you at the QPR one when we did, I just said, it's words, and they're important and they're not important. It's just words. And someone emailed me when you toss out words. But it is, you know, life is to be enjoyed through the good and the bad times. And it's a fanzine at the end of it. You know, we've never taken ourselves too important. The important stuff is what happens on the pitch.
What's your best memory whilst doing Red News?
Well, it's not I love doing the fanzine, but again, we're an inconsequential. It's everything here. That's what I say, you know, 93, 99. But who would have thought we'd have gone to Moscow? And it's never going to be the same as 99. But we'd win a European Cup final like we did. And who's to say the Europa final, you know, we might get there. We might win it in a style that people think, well, only United can do that. So this, you know, I always think it's never over. History's to be made next week, next month. So we're still here. You think, when I set up today, it was a family of 3 people, 2 kids. Dad's so proud taking a photo. Sometimes we forget that it's a good day to come here, and hopefully there's a few more seasons of us selling the fanzine.
That's what I was going to say, because to me, fanzines always be relevant. What is the future for yourself, Red News?
I don't know. You know,
you just feel yourself.
I did think, yeah, I hope so. As long as you've got the energy. You've got contributors who are willing. I have to, you know, this was a massive. I'm not up my own arse to say, but I'm proud. And my mum, who took me to United when I was a little boy, it's a proud moment to get this. You know, to me, that's not to other people that may
outlast Fergie.
May take the piss out. But so it's been such a mammoth hill. I may take a month off. But saying that, I got so drunk after West Brom. I was so rough on Sunday. Maybe I won't take a time off.
Well, what I will say is thank you, Barney, because it's been an institution, and I really do appreciate it. And thank you. But where can people read more? Because obviously you can buy it online as well.
We can, but we don't actually. You know, it's here. Bizarrely, print. People have said is dead. It's still at the match day with people who come up and go, you know what? I want to buy a fanzine in my pocket, and I want to have a laugh or see it in the ground. So the fanzines have always been just different, and there's still a good few around the country, and there's actually a couple who've started up, so say fair play to those up and down the country. So, and thanks to everyone who's ever bought it, you know.
Rednews.co.uk. Make sure you check out. If you're at a game, make sure you buy a copy. It's not just sold here, it's sold around the stadium as well. You'll hear the usual call for Red News being sold. Barney, thank you very much, and happy birthday again. Yeah. And we'll see you soon.
More memories down this road.
Many more. Cheers, man.